9, 8, 7, 6, and then we'll do top five.
Okay. I have gone for Diego Luna at 9. I've gone for Benjamin Kermashi at 8. I've gone for Caleb Wiley at 7. And I've gone for Tyus Magno at 6.
Okay.
So it's a
You
lot
know
of.
what? I'm all right with that.
I think
Because
it's a
wait, who was 10 for you? 10 was
Farias.
oh man, that's too bad. Go ahead, do your thing, and I'll tell you what I got.
So outside of Magno, it's a pretty young group. I think Diego Luna has massive potential, and I think um
You okay?
no,
Why?
because I realize with Diego Luna, I'm kind of contradicting myself.
Oh, really? No way. Go ahead, keep going, please.
Yeah. Um,
Your list. Don't change your. Please don't change your list because we've got things to talk about.
I'm not gonna change it. I'll stick with it. But
But please tell me more about your contradictions here. I'd love to hear about them.
he has pretty similar minutes this season and career wise compared to Cudi Pietro.
Oh, does he?
He does.
No
I
way.
would still put Diego Luna higher, and I'm sure you have as well. I think he's doing it at a year younger, so I think a full year next year from Diego Luna definitely elevates him that much higher than where Cudi Pietro currently is at 21. But I don't want to focus too much on. I want to focus more on Diego Luna here, but I think people have been talking about his potential now for a little bit. I think he's been garnering some hype, and I think the 1,100 or so minutes that he got this season, he is starting to show that the hype is justified. He is a baller. I can't wait to see him get a full season with RSL and peace out to Europe and hopefully start getting involvement in the senior men's national team. I think his potential is super high. Hoping to see more minutes out of him. I think it's been a little bit of a small sample size for him so far, but still has another year of eligibility for the 22 under 22, so could come back strong next year. Uh, I think, and I don't know if this is a hot take, but I think they overrated Kurmashi by a decent amount. I think his potential is really high. I think his ceiling, I ranked him number 2 in potential, and I'm not saying who I ranked number 1 yet because I haven't talked about him yet, but I think Kurmashi's ceiling is super high. I think he has really good potential. We talked about him at the start of the season. He's like one of the few preseason, I guess, signings from an academy that I actually remembered because his resume looked so good coming in, like before he even touched MLS grass. Um, and I
Who
think he had a
touches
pretty
grass?
touched MLS turf. Is that better?
No, I've never touched grass before. So
I think he had a pretty solid season. I think it could have been a little bit better. 6 goal contributions in 1,700 minutes isn't, I mean, certainly for an 18-year-old, that's very good return. But compared to a lot of guys on the list, the productivity was okay. I think when they ranked him number 2, I think they were definitely looking more at the potential side of things as opposed to what he's proven so far in MLS. But I think with how exciting this Miami team is going to look next season, there's certainly big potential for him to jump up high in this ranking and quickly. Then Caleb Wiley. I love me some Caleb Wiley. I think they were a little bit underrated on him, and that's definitely no bias in that. Same age. So I look at him similar to Kramashi, same age as Kramashi, but has 2,000 more top flight minutes than Kramashi already. Caleb Wiley was getting minutes last season with Atlanta, and then this season is where he really kind of blew up. I think maybe I focused too much on him because he was such a great fantasy pick because he was like a 4.0 and he was just constantly starting and getting involved in goals and assists from the left back spot. But no, he had a really great season. I mean, from I guess a bit of a more defensive position in the left back spot. I mean, I think he did have moments where he was more so on the wings, but 8 goal contribution, 2,200 minutes at 18 years old. I mean, he got 2,200 minutes is like top I think it's top 10 in the list in terms of minutes for the season. He's 18 years old. That's crazy. He was a very consistent starter for a playoff team in the league and a legitimate playoff team, not a play in team, a playoff team. So that pushed him high up on my list for me. And then Tyus Magno. Sorry, I feel like I'm waffling a lot, but Tyus Magno, I think they were sleeping on him big time. I mean, he was number 3 on the list last year. I definitely think he deserved to drop on the list a little bit this year because he had a pretty weak season, not his best. But to the exact point you made, I think they were playing him out of position. Give him a striker, and I think you start to see more of the potential, which we were hoping for when he first signed. Because I remember there being huge potential with him. So I think he had the most top flight minutes played out of anybody on this list, and it was not even close. He's 8,200 minutes top flight already at 21. I think that's phenomenal. I think he's one of the best players in terms of current ability on this list. And I think we'll start to see more of the old Tyus Magno that was showing a lot of really good potential now that he can hopefully go back to playing on the wing.
You did waffle there, but it's okay because I don't have a lot to add. So I'm just gonna go back to 10 for a second, right? You had Farias at 10.
Mm-hmm.
So at 10, I had Tyus Magno. At
Mhm.
9, I have Facundo Farias. At 8, I've got Diego Luna. At 7, I've got Benjamin Cremaschi. And at 6, I've got Caleb Wiley.
Oh, we were
So I
so
just
close.
flipped. I just flipped them.
If I just dropped Tyus Magno, if I just put on my Red Bull tinted glasses, we could have had it matching.
We could have done brilliantly, but that's okay. You know what? You're allowed to be wrong sometimes. I'm the correct order, but that's okay. So I talked about Farias, the last exception on my list. He didn't play the minutes that I expected, but he's got 3 goals, 1 assist in 750 minutes. Of course, Messi brings out his ability, so I think Farias is going to be really, really good next year with Messi on the other side of him, underneath him, wherever he ends up being, right? Diego Luna was my breakout player to watch this year. 4 goals, 1 assist in 1,100 minutes, and just a little shy of what I thought he'd do. But immense talent, upside is all there to see, right? Where does he rank in men's national team number 10? I don't know if he gets that high, which is why he's not top 5 for me. But I think he has a big part in RSL's future in a very, very near future. Benjamin Cremaschi, the most sought after dual national I can remember, right? The second this dude stepped on, like, we need to get him. And we did, which is hype. Let's go. But what does his future look like? And again, the reason why he's not top 5. Is he knocking Gio out of the 10? No. Is he starting on the wing over Weah and Pooley? No. So is he a B team guy? Like, yeah, obviously we can't expect him to be in the national team or ask for him to be in the national team until he leaves Miami and goes plays somewhere, that matters. Because that would just be ludicrous. And then what does his club future look like? Like, is he going to a top 5 team in a top 5 league? I don't know because he's so young. I don't know quite where he's going to go. And what does he look like without playing next to the best player in the world? Because he came in right about the same time, if not a little earlier for Miami. And he wasn't, I don't remember like being massive headlines before Messi got here. Then again, I may be just not remembering things, but it was exciting because there was potential, but he didn't really start producing until Messi was next to him. And I do hate to say it, but Tim Weah is no Messi. So I don't know. And then Caleb Wiley, John Tolkien's backup for the 2030 World Cup is locked with Caleb Wiley in there. He can play advanced or defender, really high ceiling in both spots. 4 goals, 3 assists, 50 minutes. 18 years old. Gutman's gone. That left back spot is his. He's already made 1 U.S. men's national team appearance, and I think it's safe to say he'll probably be getting more pretty soon. So really high upside for this guy. Great contributions. So he's got high marks in both the things I'm looking for. Just out of the top 5 because I think there's not much you can do to move some of those guys to the top 5. He might have snuck into 5, but that's a stretch.
This is crazy. We're gonna have in the top 10. We're gonna have all of the same 10 players.
Oh, it's disgusting.
Unless you've done a madness.
So you really did go back and put Tom Barlow at 1, huh?
No, I have Alex Muyl at 1.
Alex is too old.
Is Tom Barlow actually still eligible?
No, I think he's 24 or something.
Oh, okay.
I'll look it up though while you give me your top 5.
Okay. Are we doing all top 5 or are we doing
Yep,
like
give me top 5.
all right, top 5 for me. I've
Give
got
me a little build up too.
Okay.
Oh my god, Tom Barlow's 28. Never mind.
He's not even close.
28 under 28, baby. Tom Barlow, number 1.